Here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Ow! I just hit my heel. Welcome to week 3.
Welcome to week 3. We're here. We only got two teams still 4-0. Kevin being one of them. Got to represent on the show.
Exactly.
And Chris as the other one. So last two champions, both 4-0.
Jacob's kind of letting everybody down right now. He had a lot of second place, predictions, and not looking like it right now.
Yeah,
True.
last year was too easy, just sitting on the top all year. So I just, trying to get a little behind and come back. Just want a little bit of a challenge this year. All right, moving on to last week's matchups. We're going to start with Aaron versus Coop. Aaron takes his dub with a score of 118 to 104. The game was kind of close throughout Sunday, but the Monday matchup or the Monday game gave Aaron the edge in this matchup. So Aaron gets the win over Coop, but does fall short of the median. So he goes 1-1 this week. Coop, I guess, was upset with that loss and started to make some moves, looking like a rebuild. Made a couple trades already since then, and we'll see where that takes him.
Yeah, making big moves too. Traded away his best receiver.
Yeah, number one receiver in the league.
Yeah, I was gonna say the number one receiver in the league, and he's named Cooper. I thought that meant he was untouchable, but now Colt is just out there collecting Coopers. He's got Amari Cooper and he's got Cooper Kupp. So, and then we had the C versus C matchup: Chase versus Colt. Chase barely squeaks out the win. It was a valiant comeback attempt by Colt with Derrick Henry and Aaron Rodgers combining for like 86 points. Wild stuff. But Chase gets the win and he gets the median win, so he goes 2-0. Colt still manages a median win, splits it 1-1, so not all is lost. But I have to say, Chase's team, back-to-back weeks, 125 plus. I mean, it's looking pretty solid for Chase this year. I think it might finally have recovered that hole that Ethan put him in.
Yeah, I think so. It's looking like his time to shine. And then we had the Jags skirmish, which everyone knew was going to be extremely low scoring. Didn't want to tune into it, but it did come down to the wire. Coming down to, 1.35 points. And Alex could not pull it off. Alex still not hitting triple digits on his score. Was that close to it. Jacob still underperforming compared to last year. I mean, top scorer, number one seed. Just not looking good at the start of this season.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I go up from here. I should, hopefully. Anyways, moving on to the next matchup. We got the Kev versus Bo matchup. And what did you guys think of that game? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys have fun?
I did.
I had a lot of fun, yeah.
Until after 4 o'clock.
After 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Yeah, I get that. When your team stopped playing, yeah,
Yep.
no more players were available for you after 4 o'clock, so you just had to watch Lamar, Tyreek Hill, and whatever running back the Ravens are using now to combine 30-plus points and, watch them beat you.
Yep. So, very sad night.
Yeah.
Yep. I did go into that final Sunday night game. I was in the hole like a solid 30 points. Bo, his projection, like he just kept scoring late touchdowns. I didn't like it. Kyler Murray scored like 500 million points. I didn't think he was ever going to stop throwing touchdowns. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yep.
That's how I felt week 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt week 2. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. But I mean, back-to-back weeks, I had a trio going into the final game, and they pulled it out. Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson things. He was embarrassing everybody on that Chiefs defense. It was fun to watch for me.
Turned it off.
Then we had the final matchup of the week. We had Chris versus Garrett. Unfortunately for Garrett, he has now back-to-back weeks played someone who scored 166 points. And Garrett has not scored over 166 in either of those games.
Nobody has.
Yeah, nobody has. Yeah. So the top scorers each week. So welcome to the league. I'm going to keep saying it, but welcome to the league.
That is some tough sledding in back-to-back weeks. But also want to point out the fact his team did not show up this week. I don't think I've seen quite that big of a swing between weeks of like 80 points that he had, but hope for his sake this is not the trend going forward.
Yeah, I mean he scored higher than most weeks that Miller ever scored, and then he just scored lower than most weeks Miller ever scored.
Yeah, he's hitting both ends of the spectrum right now. If he could find somewhere in the middle or just stay at the top, I think it'd be a lot better for him. But
I think he would agree.
Yeah, I mean, fair. But we all know Miller didn't lead in the best team, so weeks like this are going to happen.
I'm thinking he's blaming Dak for this week's kind of falling apart because I was looking at his lineup for this next coming up week, and he has Dak benched. So I think Dak Lives Matter is starting to,
it don't matter that much.
Not that much, no. Moving on to this week's matchups. We're going to bring it down over to a Kev versus Chase. Well, good luck, Chase. Kev's been on a roll. So, at least you're averaging.
Someone's at the front door.
Kevin.
Come on.
Come on, man.
In a memento.
Yeah.
Just gonna...
Moving on to Chase. Chase is averaging 30 more points than he averaged last year. Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to put up a little bit of a fight, looking like. So, Kev still needs to show up. It's not a cakewalk, but if he has a average game at this point, it's going to be Kev taking the victory here.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. You back?
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, as I was saying, I'm thinking Chase is going to come away with the victory this week. And good luck, Kev.
All right. Well, respectfully disagree. All right. Well, we're moving on. We're going to talk about Bo versus Alex this week. So Alex is just going through the list of the elders, apparently. But maybe this week is the week that Alex finally scores over 100 points. Maybe this is he's like, I see Bo. He's been doing pretty good this year. I'm going to drop over 100 for the 10th time in my career. Maybe. So, we'll see.
I think every time he's scored over 100, it has been, probably like 130 points or something like that. I'm dubbing it the Alex Apocalypse, basically. You got to watch out for that.
Yep.
I don't know if that could happen this week, Bo. Are you nervous about it?
Yes. The last time that I remember facing the Alex Apocalypse was whenever he had Blake Bortles starting, and it worked. And I lost. So, luckily for me, he doesn't have Blake Bortles this time.
It's true.
But there's still plenty of days he can pick him up.
It's true. And then we got Garrett versus Jacob. So, he had some tough matchups week 1 and 2. And if we look at years past, this is another tough matchup. But, I mean, if Jacob keeps on his trend of this year, maybe this is the game that Garrett can come out on top finally. Or maybe Jacob has some money in this game and he was trying to hustle him. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking to keep the trend going and score 166 points this week.
Well,
just so everyone's aware, currently Jacob is averaging 104 this season. So that would be quite the game.
Yep. If he does that, then he's definitely hustling somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure.
Guys, ready for this next matchup here? It's a good one.
Why is it a good one?
Well, because good question. It's another C versus C. I don't know which one's correct, but we're going to go C and backwards C matchup. So this week's C versus C is Colt versus Coop. That's a 1 versus 3 versus a 1 for 3 and a versus a 1 for 3. So they took different routes to get there.
Colt Titan matchup.
Yep. Colt's win comes from beating the median. Coop has not beaten the median, but he got to win over Alex week 1. Yeah, went over Alex week 1. So if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would put my money on Colt this week.
Again, just betting against Coop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what did Coop do to you? You just bully him every week.
I I don't know. Coop did nothing to me. I'm just saying what I'm feeling.
I do want to point out
I
that
bet.
Coop has scored more than you, but back-to-back weeks. But you
I have
still
nothing
trash
against
his
him.
name.
I have nothing against him. If he was
Don't
playing
try.
me, I'd probably put my money on him.
Fair enough.
Alright.
And then we've got the final matchup. We've got Chris versus Aaron. Aaron's undefeated against People, 1-1 versus the median. Chris, undefeated versus People, undefeated versus the median. So someone's going to lose to a person this week out of this matchup. It's the number 2 versus the number 3 team. So it's got some playoff implications early on in the year. Chris just dropped 166 last week. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think it should be a pretty good matchup, though.
I think so. Yeah, Chris has been coming out swinging with his title defense, but Aaron still looking to make that jump from always being the last couple seeds in the playoffs to maybe being up near the top. This is one way to prove it right here. All right, that's everything for week 3. You have an earthquake in Ohio?
Oh, my foot hit the stand. I don't know though. I don't know which one it was.
Well, be safe over there. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, I guess we could end up at the end of this week having no undefeated teams, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Always that chance.
Yeah. Should be a fun one though.
Hopefully I can enjoy this week and do a little bit better.
Well, you promised 166, so if you don't get 166, then you're off the show.
Fair enough. I'll see you guys next week. So did you guys hear that bet that Colt did with Coop?
About the name thing?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's I don't know if Colt told Carly about it though. That seems like something you'd have to talk to.
Yeah,
Fact that you're gonna change the baby's name.
yeah. I mean, he was saying something about how he wears the pants in the house, so he doesn't have to ask for permission. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I can't believe
maybe
believe
he's
he's
just
betting.
he could just be that confident in his team.
Yeah, I mean, but like to bet that you'll name your kid after Coop
Yeah.
if Coop wins.
But he did steal a Cooper from Cooper.
Maybe that was part of the deal.